Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining today's session. Today, it is all about branding, and we will see how you can customize your TalentLMS and apply your branding and give your own tone of voice to the portal. So let's get started. And of course, my name is Theo. I am part of the customer education team. We might have met before, and I'm going to be the host for today's webinar. I'm not alone, though. I have an expert with me.
Hi there, I'm Mary, I'm the Customer Education Manager, and I'm here to help Theo with this presentation and also you deliver successful training.
And you will hear from Mary a lot more a little bit later. But now let's see what we have in store for you today. Today, we will see why branding is important in eLearning, and we will see how you can apply your branding to your TalentLMS account. Of course, we wouldn't let you out without any tips and tricks, so we will dig a little bit deeper into more advanced customizations for your TalentLMS that can truly transform your portal. And we will have a live Q&A session. And the live Q&A session will give you the option to ask any questions you want, and we will do our best to answer as many of them as possible live. So use the Q&A button that is in your meeting options and let us know what your question is. That webinar is recorded and you will be able to get a recording once the webinar is over. So stay tuned, ask your questions, and then again, at the end, keep an eye to your inbox so that way you will be able to get the recording of the session. Let's get started though with what branding is. And branding is very important. Branding is the process of creating a consistent perception of your company, of your product, of your service, using different options like your logo, like design colors, like elements such as different graphics that you might incorporate. And of course, it will allow you to provide your own tone of voice to any material that will be coming out from your company's resources. So essentially, branding is what makes your company, your product, or your service be completely distinguished from anybody else because it has a consistent tone of voice, consistent look, aesthetic, and of course, identification through the logo. And branding can be applied in online services, and that is the process that we call white labeling. So white labeling is the process of applying your own logo, color, designs, fonts, anything that would again match your identity to any platform or service that you use. And TalentLMS is your e-learning software of choice. So this is how we can see the ways that you can apply your branding here. We want to make sure, though, that branding is giving you benefits, especially branding applied to eLearning. And we brought our experts. We brought Gina, our branding marketing manager, who outlined two very important factors about branding in eLearning. First of all, when you customize your TalentLMS, when you customize your eLearning portal, applying your own branding will give you the ability to become memorable to the learners. So learners will remember you. Learners will really distinguish that portal and that training environment among anything else that they have, because that will match the identity that you portray into your any other services. So memorability is definitely something that you will gain. And then the other thing, it will add credibility to your training. It will allow people to take training seriously because they will do it from a very professional environment that again keeps things consistent with the rest of your identity. So not only it will allow them to be more motivated to get more training and continue their professional development, but also it will retain the learners a lot more to your account. So that way you will improve the rate that the learners will stay in your portal and adopt the courses. So you see, it's very important to make sure that everything matches your branding and your identity. Let's see how we can do this though in TalentLMS. What can you customize here? You can customize your logo and your favicon. These are the first steps that you would normally take, and the logo is visible at all times in your portal. The homepage. The homepage is the page that you will see before even logging in to the account. So the homepage is the first impression that people will get when you ask them to join your account. Definitely one of the places that you would need to apply your branding. And then the theme. The theme has the colors, the changes that you could apply to match the colors to your entire portal. And that is something that people will experience throughout the account at all times because the theme and the colors would be visible in your account always. Certifications. Certifications are the takeaways of the courses that people get when they complete a course. You can create different templates and you can add them into your courses so people can get the correct template when they complete that course. And that is definitely another place to apply your branding with lots of customizations that we will see in a moment. And gamification badges. Gamification is awesome. This is where training becomes more fun. This is where people can get more rewards. They can really participate in a fun training experience when you give them badges and when you customize those badges to provide your own game experience for the users. And the portal URL. The portal URL is the link that you ask people to use in order to join your portal. That can be customized and you can apply your own domain name there. Notifications, the automated messages that people receive when they complete a course, when they create their accounts. In any case that you want them to be automatically notified, notifications are there for you and they can be customized. So that way you will be able to add your own flair onto those as well. And lastly, courses. It's an e-learning software, right? So courses would definitely play a fundamental role here, and they can be customized to reflect your own branding as well. Once more, we will leave you with some tips and tricks and lots of advanced customization options using CSS and JavaScript. So if you would like to apply code to your TalentLMS theme, yes, we can do it, and we can definitely see how to do it together. So without further delay, let's get started. And for that, I will need to share my screen and jump into the portal. So let me just share here. And of course, I'm going to bring this window forward. And here we go. So that is the view that you would normally expect to see when you log in TalentLMS. Assuming that most of us today here are administrators, that is the main dashboard of the administrator in TalentLMS. Let's jump right through it and let's go to the account and settings. That's the first place that you will normally visit when you set up your account. We start with the logo. So you can hover onto the logo field there. You can click and you can upload your own logo. And you see that at all times, the logo is visible on the top left of the page. And that is something that would always be there and be the first thing that you would customize. And then it's the little details that matter. So why not add a favicon? Click on the favicon again, upload your favicon, and you would see that's on the tab on the top left there. And that would really make your portal stand out from the rest of the tabs that your learners would have open. So when they have 5 tabs open, they can quickly jump back into the one that TalentLMS is just by looking at the favicon. Then let's go to the homepage. And that is one of the most branded elements in TalentLMS because that is the first impression. That is where you ask people to join. This is where you ask people to sign in for their accounts. And of course, you can make it completely in tune with your branding. If I'm going to scroll down, you see just an idea of what we can have here. We can have banners, videos, buttons that people can click. We can even showcase what type of training we offer. And of course, we can just go further down and showcase some courses. The courses here are a very good way to advertise and give them a teaser of what they would actually see when they jump into the account. But we need to customize this first. And to customize a homepage, all you need to do is use the different sections below. So we have different sections based on what we want to add. If we click to add a banner, you will get to this section right here. And you hover on the top right, click edit, and you start with the title and then subtitle. Don't worry that I don't have anything here. It doesn't fit the design that I have chosen to have. But of course, you can definitely try and see if a title and subtitle would fit for what you would like to get. Definitely, though, the banner is the star of the picture here. So hover to select image and then click and open so that way you can upload the picture from your device. It's a good idea here to suggest that you consult your marketing team, your design team, anybody who is responsible for the branding of your organization. These are the people to talk about. You can ask them to provide you with the elements. For example, the banner that we have here is a collaboration effort with our marketing team. And if you want to give them specifications about what are the requirements of the size, of the height, of the width, then hover next to the tooltip, and here you can see the specifications of the banner that you want to have. So That's the answer of what should I create and how. And then you have the call to action button. That is the button that you can allow people to click and navigate to the point that you provide in the link. So click on the call to action button, give it a name here. That is what the button would actually display. And then the URL that you would like to point so people click and get to the site. The placement, it's just a matter of taste at this point. So you can always select if that's going to be in the center, middle, bottom, top, left, right. Again, choice is yours. Update the section, and that is what your banner would look like. Let's see now how we can add a video. And if we scroll again all the way down, we get to the text and media option. So click on that, and you have the ability to add again title, subtitle. You can add your text here. You can add a button. Again, the buttons are always available. And on the media option, you choose if that's going to go side by side with an image or with a video. So let's say a video there, and we can either drag and drop something from our device, so you can upload a video from your computer, or maybe if you have it already on YouTube, just paste the link there and the video will be added. And again, the placement, a matter of taste, to the left, to the right, at the section. And to preview how all of that looks, if we just jump again all the way to the top, you see the telescope icon there? That's it. Click on it. And that is how we can preview the homepage. So we have the banner that we just uploaded before, the call to action button, and then we have the video, the text, the other call to action button as well. Let's see now how we can work with the key points, because as you can see here, the key points are very good as a way to display the types of training that you offer, or maybe the types of services you offer, anything you would like to have in a very organized and clear manner, alongside, of course, a button that people can click and navigate to the related point. So let's see how to do it. Back onto the portal, and we go all the way down, and you guess it right, we are going to add a set of key points. So we click on the key points here. Of course, title, subtitle, now you know the drill here. And we start with the first point. So we add the text of the point here. We add the title of the key point of the first point that we want to have. And don't worry about the picture. We have a lot of icons that you can choose from. So I'm pretty sure that you will find something that fits the point that you would like to bring. So you can select any icon, for example, this one. And the call to action button, again, can always work if you want to set one up. If you want a second point, no problem, get to the second point. A third one, why not? And you can have up to 4 points. So here we have point number 4. Add the section, and the results again will be this. 4 points with their own icons and their own call to action button as well. And last but not least, the featured courses. The featured courses, as we said before, is the best way to showcase the content that people might be intrigued to log into the accounts and start taking as a training. So back to the homepage again for the last part, add courses. And here we can always edit the one that we have added before. So hover, edit the section, of course, title, subtitle, and then you select which courses you would like to have. So I'm going to go further down a little bit more, and maybe I'm going to go for keeping your data safe. That's always something that we need to know. So I added a couple of courses. I can always hover and remove any that are not relevant anymore. Update the section, and now we have 3 courses right here, 4 on top. If you want to see that on the preview, again, the telescope, or just go to the page you had before, refresh, and the updated preview will be there. There is one last aspect that we would like to check together on the homepage, and that is the menu. So scrolling all the way up again, and let's talk about how you can create a menu that will be visible on the homepage and maybe on your account as well. Let's go to edits, and let's see first what options we have. We have the ability to add a page and a link. Let's see first the link. The link is a way that you can add just a page, just a link that people will navigate away from. So you don't add content here, you just add the link, people will click and will go to the point that you provide. So it's very straightforward. Add the link, you give the title, you paste the link, and then you choose if that's going to be shown on the homepage. So that's going to be before people they log in, The home page is the point that they see before the login. Add the link, and the results will be something like that. If I show again my preview, on the top we have our blog. So click on that, it points right into the link. So that is what the purpose of the link is. Let's see now how you can do something different and add a page where you can add your content. Going back into the menu, let's go to add, and then we choose page. Click on it, title, the link that the page will point to, and you choose if that's going to be shown again before logging in, so on the home page, or even after login, so on the portal as well when people are signed in. Once you do that, what you will see is this. So that is the page that I have created. You can always go to edit here, and you can always change any of the settings at any given point. Update, and you will see that the moment that you save, update, or add your page, if you point out to remove that pop-up button, you will get to the point of the page. So my page is the FAQ, and that is the content. You can build the page in the exact same way that you build the home page. So you have all of the available sections at the bottom to do exactly what you did on the home page. Add banners, text media, courses, key points. And again, there's no limit here. You can really be creative and you can make a really fantastic page. My idea is to have an FAQ here. So I have the questions and then a way that somebody can contact the related person. To see that on the home page, again, go to the home page there, click on the FAQ, that's on the preview, and that is how you can see your page there. I know that there's a lot more that you can do in terms of creativity, so I'm gonna pass the mic to Mary so that way you can see what you can do with your themes.
Hi there, I'm still here, and you're here because you want to personalize what is yours. Next, we would like to show you what you can do with your themes. So abracadabra, I'm gonna bring this on your screen and bring this closer to you. We are under account settings. We have clicked on the themes tab, and this is where you can customize the colors and the feeling of your site. If you've just started, you will notice that the modern theme is activated, but we have many more themes you can choose from and maybe use as a basis. So you can start just copying your colors there and adjusting everything according to your branding. For example, I can click on this green theme. You see there we have a background already, we have green colors, and you can further customize this page if you want to by clicking on the item list to open here all the options. You have a long drop-down list, so you can change anything you want. For example, maybe we would like to change this green color here, so we have to change the box title. And you see here your colors, pick the color that you would like to have, and you will see being replaced right away and reflected across your branding. So you know you have changed this part of the system. And there are many more items right here. If you're not sure what you're updating, just click on the button. Here we are, and you will see this is a secondary button. We can make it red, for example, and you can see how this affects your site. And you can do this for any item you see on that list. And you don't have to guess your colors. If you want, just bring your marketing team here and ask them what are the hex colors we're using, and just copy and paste that on your screen, and we will find the right color that matches your branding. I'm gonna select a theme we have already created. When you do this, when you create your own themes, we always advise you to save them as new. So when you adjust anything that you want, save it as a new theme, give it a name, click save, don't forget that, and it's going to be added on the list with the rest. So that's how we have here the custom theme. And if you want to use that, just set it as the active theme of the site. And that's it. You don't have to do anything else. The changes have been published. If someone logs in, they will see these colors now. And just a heads up, there is also another way if you want to go deeper into the system and change some of the more fundamental parts of TalentLMS. And we can do this by using CSS or JavaScript, which you can find on the same page under your themes. Within TalentLMS, our programmers have provided the ability to seamlessly add CSS code snippets with an online editor. And I'm going to show you this again here. So here, if you want, you can click on the CSS tab or the JavaScript tab and copy and paste any of your code. So we will take this code and translate it into changes that will affect your site. And of course, we have some examples to show later, so stay tuned. The next thing we would like to show you is how to customize your own certifications. So let's go to certificates. Certificates are awarded when a learner completes a course. And of course, you can customize the template and if you want the text. Again, to help you, we have created some certificates already. So you will find the first 4 certificates right there. Or if you want to, you can use one of the backgrounds we have right here. And if, for example, you're interested in using this template, you click on that, save as new, give a name to the certificate so we can add it on the list with the rest. Later, it's going to be easier to associate this certificate with a specific course. But what I want to show you is how to bring your own template here. And we really like that some of the templates have already some signatures on. So it's easier to not do this with coding, but you need just to upload your background. So upload your own background and choose your own certification from your device. And here it is. This is my template. I would like to use that. I click on that, save as new, give it a name, and it's going to be added on the list with the rest. So we can do this. And here you can find some extra certificates because I have done this process before. Now we just brought the background. If you want, you can also change the text. And for that, you need to click on the template tab right here. It's pretty easy. If you want, you can change the wording. For example, our certificates states that this certification is awarded to, and maybe you would like to change the phrase here or perhaps update it with your own language. Maybe you don't have training in English and you would like to use Spanish, for example. So you can replace the wording here with whatever you want, and you can use any of the smart tags below, whatever you see in brackets. It's actually a variable that it's going to be updated with the information of the user. So you use just one template, assign it to a course, and when the learner completes the course, they will get a personalized certificate with their name on, with their courses, and you can do this for your courses, for any of your courses.
And that is one way to provide customized content to the users after they complete the course. But what if you would like to create a game that users can participate in and still stay on brand and give them the rewards that you would like to introduce? So let's see how we can do it with gamification. Of course, I'm going to bring my screen once more forward. Oops, that is just a preview of what you will see later. So let me just bring the right screen forward. Here we go. And let's jump again onto the account and settings. So here we jump onto gamification, which is the next step from what Mary showed you before. And gamification has the ability to be customized based on the badges that you will upload. So apart from giving people points, you have the ability to provide them with custom badges that they will get based on what contents they complete, how many tests they pass, how many assignments they pass, and how they normally navigate into the portal. To customize the badges, go to the Customize option there, and you will see that the badges are in sets. So we have lots of different sets that you can work with, and the way to replace the existing badges with your own is by hovering onto the badge and clicking. And when you click, you can upload your own badge from your own device. Again, just hover over the button to get more technical specifications as to what files you can use, what is the maximum size. And if you want to see the exact dimensions, just look on the top here. The image must be 200 to 200 pixels. So upload your own image. And then if you want to change the name as well, hover on the name, click on the pencil icon, delete and write your own name, and then of course click on the tick to save it. That will give people a lot more to look forward for. Of course, they look forward to more training and more learning, but it is something that will allow people to participate a lot more into your courses. It promotes the retention of the users in the account, and definitely it makes training a lot more fun. So try them out and see the response of your learners.
I believe it's exciting to see all the things you can customize here in TalentLMS. The next thing we would like to show you is how to customize your own URL. When you started with TalentLMS, you gave it a name and it has your name and then the talentlms.com domain name following. So we can change that, and we can do this again from account and settings if you go to the domain tab. So let's go here. This is right now my TalentLMS URL. If you want, you can change that, but it still has the TalentLMS reference right there. And we want to find a way to get rid of this mention. You can do this by clicking and adding a custom domain. So you can map a portal to a custom URL. So here you can add your new URL. This is what your users will use from now on, and they will be directed to the training site. But it's not enough to just update this part. Please bring now your experts and ask them to enter their DNS settings, some CNAME records. We have to follow the steps described right here in order to have a custom URL working. Now, when you do this, don't forget to send a message to our support team, and you can do this by clicking on the Mega Help button right here and contact support in order to activate your own certification. You know, by default, all the TalentLMS URLs are SSL secured. So this means we have a certificate enabled and this is a secured site. And we want to be the same for your custom URL. You cannot do this alone though. So please contact the support team and we will activate for free the custom URL. And since you have gone so far, why not sending email notifications from your domain name as well? Right now, we send messages from noreply@talentlms.com. So we want to hide this part as well. And we can do this by just clicking this option, send email notifications from your domain. Now, the no reply mail will have this form. So it's going to be with your domain name. Again, we need your experts in order to enter your DNS settings and add these records. These are unique for every portal. And from that moment on, any message that you send will go from your domain name.
And what about the messages? How can you customize the messages that you will send with the way that Mary just pointed out? We're talking about notifications, and notifications in TalentLMS are the automated messages that will be sent to the users based on the events that you will choose. For example, when somebody completes a course, when somebody gets assigned to a course, or maybe when you just create the user profiles for the learners and you want to share with them automatically the credentials, their username, their password, and the link where they need to log in from. So let's see how we can customize those notifications. Again, bringing the screen forward, and let's navigate together on the Events Engine section. Click, and you will see the list of notifications available. And if you have already created some, the list of your notifications available. Click on the first one, hover, click on the name, and you will see exactly what we just need as the fundamentals of creating the notification, the name of the notification, the event that the email will be sent out, and the recipient. The related user is always the person that has just had the event happen to them. So the person that has just been created in this case. But today we want to focus on the body. That is where you create what the notification will say. To see things a little bit further, just pinch on the bottom right here and expand the box so you have everything on display. And the first thing that you need to do is add the subject line of the email. The subject line of the email is always the first line here. Then we start creating the actual content of the notification. What you will see here, though, is that before and after some words or phrases, we have some attributes. We have I, B, a little longer coding there. So that is HTML. Notifications are able to be customized using HTML. HTML is basically a formatting system for documents on the web. So it's the way that you can control the appearance of text on the web. And it works with different elements and different tags. What I have highlighted here is a tag. So you need to open and you need to close the tags that will include the word or the phrase you want to customize. And that is the way that you can control the look of the text on the web, and in this case of your notification. So let's see some examples. The I that I have here is for italics. So I for italics, you open the tag, brackets, the letter I, and then close the brackets. You write the word or the phrase that you would like to have in italics, and then you just close the same tag. So a bracket, forward slash, and then I again, and close the bracket. Of course, I don't know HTML. I'm not a developer, but what we asked our team to do is to provide us just with a few attributes that we can use to change the appearance of the text with very straightforward ways, like italics, bolds, and just add some color in it as well. So for italics, you have I. What about bolds? B for bolds. So here you see I open the B and then I close the B tag, and I include the word that I would like to have in bold. If you want to add color, it gets a little bit different, and that is what we need. We need to style the paragraph. So P for paragraph. So you open the paragraph tag, you set the color with the hex code that probably you have used from your themes before, and then you close it and you close the P tag there. I know that this is something, again, that you might want to experiment a little bit. Check with your team so that way they can provide you a few of the attributes that you can work with. And usually that is your marketing team, that is part of their email and marketing. So I'm pretty sure that they can advise on what's HTML tags you can use. But if you want to see a preview of how that looks, of course, update. And I'm going to go to the history tab here, so that way we can see one that was sent earlier when we added a new user. So we're going to hover and then click on the little icon there. And this is how my notification would look like. The italics that we created at the first, and then the bold content there, and of course, the colored phrase right at the bottom. So again, feel free to customize your notifications in any way that would really be consistent with your own branding pretty much.
Remember, the reason why we do all of this is to stay consistent with our brand and aesthetic throughout the entire training process. And you will notice better training results, because when the training takes place in an environment that looks very familiar to the learner, we get better results. So since I mentioned learners, I would like to show you what the learners would look. When they log in, they go straight into their dashboard where they can find their own courses organized into different categories. And look how much better it looks when we have an image for each course. And you see how off this course looks like right now? I will show you how we can update the course images. And you can do this either as instructor. So if I just switch my role to instructor and enter now the course, you can edit and add your own image from here. Or as an administrator, you would be on this view where you can add the title, the category, and all that stuff. You can also add your own image. So let's do this together. I'm going to upload a course image. You see, you can crop it if you want to, but I think it looks perfect like this. So let's apply our changes and make sure we have saved everything we have done so far. And you see the course image has been updated and how much better it looks now for the learner. So the image has changed now. And we showed before how you can customize certification templates. I would like to show you what my learner has done so far. Learners can go to their certificates from their own profile. So here I can see a list of my certifications. Well, just 3 certificates. I have to try a little bit more, but let me show you this one. We can click on this icon in order to download the certification. Our certificates are downloaded in PDF format. So when I click on that to open, you will see my certificate with my own name. So the brackets are replacing the information of the user, the course, when it will expire. So this is a template we have created before from account settings, and this is the end result for our users.
Perfect. So thank you so much for showing that, Mary, because customization for the portal doesn't just stop on what we have seen so far. So let's see how we can just take it up a notch, jump a little bit deeper, but again, we can do it with a lot of help. So what we are going to do now is jump into the CSS and JavaScript tips and tricks. I'm not a developer, but I'm really good at copying and pasting. So let's jump onto my screen share again. And let me show you where I get my information from. Along with our team, we have prepared a cheat sheet here that contains a lot of hacks. And it contains CSS and JavaScript hacks that you can copy paste as they are, maybe change a little bit more, but we'll see an example. But mostly you can have a solid foundation here of customizations that you can have. So you can change your portal in a lot of different ways. We're going to share this with you. We're going to share it in our takeaway email. So keep an eye for your inbox later on. But you see, there's a lot of things that our team has worked with. So that is just a first start of where you can apply CSS and JavaScript to your portal. Let's see a couple of examples. Back onto the accounts, let's go to account and settings, and let's go to themes. What we want is to apply a background that is different from the solid color that we have here. So I have copied already the code from the cheat sheet here, and the codes can be found right there. So that is the code. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my theme, to the CSS, and there I will paste the code and update. Once I update, you see the difference? It's a very light background, but I do feel that it makes a lot of difference, so I'm going to stick with it. What you might notice here, though, is that there is a link, this link. That is the image link that is used on the background. What you need to do then is to select which background you would like to use and upload that image on a public service. So that way you will be able to have it publicly available and turned into a link. You get the link from your image. And again, any site that you will use for hosting your image will provide you with a related link. So don't worry about it. They will fix it for you. So you get the link from the uploaded image that you have, and you paste it into the part of the code that you see the link. So by copying the code that you have on the cheat sheet here, and by changing that link with the link of your own image as I've done, update, and then you will be able to apply a background onto your portal. Feel free to experiment with lots of different pictures, lots of images, lots of different ways that you can, again, transfer your branding into your TalentLMS account. And let's do something different now, which will affect the way that learners experience the training, the courses, and the portal. I'm going to switch back to my learner view, so that way you will see how the categories would look like. So in the way to display the courses, we have the list and we have the grid. I think that what you seen before in Mary's account was the grid, and it's a really good way to use it because you can see the images that we have uploaded and just at a glance see what course you want to take next. And you see the categories on top. What you could also do, though, is use the list option here. So if we go on the list option, you will see that by default, the categories are expanded and the courses are visible right away. So if you have, for example, 20 different categories here that contain courses that you have assigned to people, they will see all of the categories with all of the courses inside. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you would prefer to have the courses collapsed, so that way the users, the learners, will expand them and choose the courses that they want to get from there. So let's go back as an admin and see how we can have the default view here collapsed, so we only see the categories and not the courses within them just at the first glance. So going back to the themes, and let's prepare the ground. That's going to be JavaScript. And then we go to our trusted friend here, the cheat sheet, and then all the way down. And let's find the JavaScript. Here we go. This is what we want. Customize the learner view so that when they log in, all they see is a list of the categories and have to expand each one to view the courses. And again, select everything, copy, and let's go back and test it out. We're doing this together. So I'm going to paste the JavaScript on the JavaScript tab, update, and let's see, moment of truth. As an admin, going back as a learner, and you see, that's done. Now the categories are collapsed. So what you need to do is choose one. I'm going to go for the artificial intelligence ones. Click on it, expand, and then I can start the courses that they're inside. It's just another way to differentiate a little bit the learning experience, provided that the learners are using the list view here. Definitely something that you can try, but feel free to use the cheat sheet that we will share later on and just experiment with as many customizations from there as you need. I can see now that there is a buzzing button there. So the Q&A button is flashing. So lots of questions are coming in. One thing that I'm going to say before we jump into the Q&A section is that we will aim to answer as many as possible today. But at any given point, you're not alone and you have a lot of help. So at any given point that you have a question or you would like to just verify something, go on the top right on the Mega Help button here and have a look at the knowledge base. You can always search for anything or browse the available articles that we have. If you want to check something with supports, they are there. Contact support, drop them a message, upload a screenshot. They would love you for this. And again, send them your message so that way they will be able to help. For coding, We're going to share the cheat sheet, so that's going to be a very good resource, but feel free to consult your own team of developers, your own team of programmers, your marketing team as well. Talk to them. They can definitely help with providing customizations for your portal. If you have a question for those, our support team can advise, but definitely talk to your team so that way they will provide you with the right coding snippets that you need. So the Q&A section now, let's go. Mary, I'm gonna ask the first question and then I'm gonna mute forever, or maybe not forever. So can you customize the app? This is a question from John.
Very good question, actually. I don't know if you know this, but TalentLMS has a free app. So go ahead, search for TalentLMS, download it, and you will see our colors because it's our own app. And then your learners will just have to enter your domain name, so the name of your portal, their username and password, and they will log in to find their courses. If you want, we can customize this. We actually offer a white label solution for the app, so it's not just customization. We're going to build your own app if you want to. So a custom app that will be hosted within your Apple or Android account with your logo, with your colors, and it's going to be an embedded domain. So if someone wants to search for your name, they will download the app and they will just have to use their username and password to log in. So it's going to be your own app. Let's see, let's go to the next question. This is my favorite part. I have a question from Selena. You are asking if there are any new features added last year. I can tell that you're an old customer. Very good. Yes, Selena. Actually, we have made a lot of improvements on the homepage tab. We actually created a dedicated tab for the homepage. So this is what Theo showed at the beginning. You can go in account settings, click on the homepage, and you can find here all the options in order to add sections on your homepage much easier. We have added call to action buttons, we have added key points, and before, if you wanted to use text and media on your homepage, you had to do this with some kind of coding, but now you just need to go all the way down and click, for example, that you want to create a section that includes text and media. So you just need to upload your elements now. So I believe, yes, this is the part we have made a lot of progress for the last year. Let's see. Our next question comes from Stefan. Stefan says, hi, Theo, and good to see you again. Can the icons be changed within our all icons for our branding? Stefan, I will say yes. So what Stefan is asking is if we can change these icons, right? Yes, I have seen this in the portal of another customer, and you can do this. I know that for sure. You just need to host your icon images somewhere online, so we can use the URL, and then with the CSS code, we can replace the icons we have here with yours. It's like what Theo showed you before. Under themes, in order to add a background image, you need an image that is hosted somewhere online because we need the link of the image. So we would need the same for your icons. We would need the link for your icons. And with a specific coding under CSS, you can add more lines here in order to update the icons of the system.
And I think the next question is screaming my name here. So that is from Dana. The course image, the course image displays on a different way in different views. Is there a way to get more details on what the best specifications are? Yes, Dana, 100%. And so we will check this together. And I know that this is a question for me because I was talking about support before. So let me show you how you can actually get the right specifications from one of the resources that we have available. I can definitely tell you now, but I'm going to share the process because I want everybody who has the same question to follow along and do the same as well. So let me bring my portal forward as well. And let's go together on the mega help button here. Definitely you can ask support, but let's try to find the answer first. You get to the knowledge base on top, and all I'm going to search is course image. Press enter, or don't even press enter, just wait for a second and then the results will show up anyways. And this is the first answer. What are the recommended logo and image sizes? Click on it. The answer is here, but if we want to see it a little bit larger, click on the link and that will open the article onto a different tab. So To right answer your question, the best specifications for the course images to display consistently is to have a minimum of 480 to 320 pixels and have a 3:2 aspect ratio ideally. Make sure that the images are larger than 200 kilobytes, and of course, have a look at the entire article here, so that way not only you can see what the specifications of the course images are, but if you want to work with the specification of your logo, they are available as well. So feel free to use the Mega Help Center and have a look at all of the knowledge base, search anything you like, and the answers will be there. Of course, if not, we are here, and we are here to provide with any answers. So drop us an email.
Next question comes from Lucas. How can I change the font family? Good question, Lucas. We can do this with a combination of JavaScript, because we need JavaScript in order to import the font in TalentLMS, and then CSS in order to activate the font. So again, we would have to go in account settings under the themes tab, and whatever you copy and paste right here will apply to this theme. Just a note, we are compatible with Google Fonts, so you have to use a font from that list. And a second note, whatever we do on your site when updating here the theme will only affect this theme. I want to mention this now because you might use branches, and on a branch level, you might have a different theme. So if you're using, for example, this custom theme just to the main site, and then you apply the coding to update the font, this will update the font just for the main site. If you want the same changes to apply to your branches, and in your branches you're using a different theme, let's say in one of your branches you're using this one, you need to copy and paste the same code here as well in order to see the font be updated there as well. So again, copy and paste your code. It's a combination of JavaScript and CSS for updating the font. And if you want the changes to be applied in your branches as well, make sure you have selected the branch theme and then update the code there as well. A second question, again from Lucas, can I use different custom domains for different branches? Lucas, I would say yes and no. And let me explain what I mean. When we create a custom domain, so from account settings, we showed you how you can map a custom domain, and after you update your DNS settings, the URL will be effective and everybody can use a custom URL. This will be just for the main site. Now, for your branches, the URL will change as well, but it's gonna be a subdomain of your main site. For example, you have a branch that you called sales. The URL of that branch would be sales.training.com. It's like what we have right now. If you're using the TalentLMS URL, you have here, for example, talentwebinars.talentlms.com. This is for the main site. But on a branch, and let me show you the URL of a branch, for example, this one, it's gonna be employees/talentwebinars.talentlms.com. So if you're using a custom domain, it's gonna be again, employees dot following your new custom domain. So yes, we will have a different URL, but it's not something unique and very separate. It's always a subdomain of your main site. I hope this helps. Now, a question from Vanessa. Can the course catalog button be configured in any way to make it stand out more? Also, the categories within the course catalog, can they be configured to stand out more? Good question, Vanessa. So I have seen something very nice that another customer has done. You could change the colors of the categories with coding again. And for example, you can have the main category in blue, then subcategories in different colors, so you can make it stand out a little bit more. So you can use coding in order to change the colors of your categories. Now, about the course catalog button, I'm not sure which part you're referring exactly. If you can send more details, we'll find it together. But we can go here, and I think you're talking about this button, right? The Get This Course button. If you want to just change the text, it's actually very easy, but we can use an override, and I will show you how we can do this. Probably I have already done this, so let me show you. As an administrator in account settings, when we look at the language right here, there's a little pencil where we can add our own overrides. Yes, I have done this before. So originally, the text there says, you have this course, okay? And I have updated this button to mention get this course. Let me change that so you can tell the difference right now to something else. So the original phrase under this button was you have this course. And I want to change that to get it now. Don't use that, it's a bad example, but I want to show you the difference. So update the override, or if you have just created the override, just click to create it. Okay, we have done this. Let's save our changes. And let's test this together. Let's go as a learner back to the course catalog. And you see the button? We have updated just the text without coding. It says get it now. And you can do this by using the override. Now, if you want to use the override, don't forget to use the exact phrase that you see, the exact word that you see. So copy what you see on the screen and then add your own override, the word or phrase that you would like to replace it with. Don't forget to save your changes, and that's it.
Like magic. And I didn't thought that, you were a wizard, Mary. So let's see now the other question that we got from Kyle. Kyle is asking, where do you find the cheat sheets? Is it possible that we can get access to that? Yes, Kyle, don't worry about it. We will send you an email, a follow-up email containing the recording of the webinar, and there we will share the cheat sheet with you. And of course, just for convenience, we have just added a link into the chat containing the cheat sheet with the CSS tricks. So what you will get, again, I'm going to show you real quick. And if we go here, you will get this PDF that contains hacks for CSS, for JavaScript, for a lot of places that you can customize TalentLMS.
Another question from Lucas again. Very nice. Is it possible to use our own domain for sending emails? Actually, Lucas, yes. We mentioned this at the beginning of this session, but let me show you this again. You need to go in account settings under the domain tab. And when you set a custom domain, when you do all the steps here, click to send email notifications from your domain name. So we're not going to use TalentLMS there anymore. The no reply at talentlms.com will be replaced with this no reply. And if you want, you can change that. You can say something different. You can say info, for example, and then your custom domain. But again, you have to add these records on your DNS settings. And if you try to test this right away, you might not see any change because it takes up to 24 hours to propagate the changes. So for this one, just wait a little bit. But if you want to use a custom URL, you will see this right away how it's working. Just wait a little bit more for sending email notifications from your domain name.
And there's another question that's from Chris. Is there anything I can do so that the customized homepages get picked up by search engines? That is a really good question, Chris. So let's see how we can work with that. I'm going to bring my portal once more forward, and let's have a look at the account and settings. On the account and settings, under your site name, you have the ability to add a description. And that's the place where you can write a sentence that will contain the keywords that you want. And if we have a look and see what the benefit of that is, that the description will appear in the search engine results of your site. So that is what people will see as a description when they look up for your site. Now, it's not directly associating keywords with the homepage, but think about this. Somebody's looking up your site, they see the description containing the keywords as it has been picked up, and they click on the link to join your site. Where do they get? To the homepage. So that is the workaround suggested to look about using, exactly as you said, keywords to be picked up and navigate to your homepage. So use a description, write your keywords there, and when people look for your sites, the description will be there, the keywords will be there, and they click and they navigate and see your homepage. I hope that helps. And with that, we will get to the last question for Mary. So let's get to that.
Oh, this is the last one. Let me check. There are so many questions here. And please, because we don't have the time to answer them all right now, if you have more questions, just send us a message. Our email is trainingteam@talentlms.com, but you will see this on your screen as well. So a question, can I use a custom video thumbnail? Yes. So again, when you create courses and you upload your own videos, you know, there is a poster image, there is something we start with before we hit the play button to look at the video. So let me show you. I will enter as instructor. I will find a course. I know I have a video right here. So this is the video. And when I hit to open the video, this is right now the poster image. And I don't know why this guy is depressed right now. So we want to change that. We want to change the poster image here. Edit your video unit. And here, next to the video file you have uploaded, click on options and use a poster image. So you can upload now an image. So I have something happier here. I'm gonna upload it right now and hit the save button. And you will see the difference. So much better now. And if you're recording yourself, you know, I'm not very lucky. When I'm recording myself, I always stop like this and it's not very nice. So you can upload your own poster image. Yes.
Perfect. So thank you so much for those questions. These questions were a lot to go through, so thank you so much for that. Also, thank you for sending questions and having them answered on the chat by our amazing team, Nick and Costis. And I would like to again thank Mary for being part of this webinar. And before we leave, I'm going to just ask you to communicate with us. Let us know your questions, ask us anything, let us know how you customize your account if you like, and you can directly contact us by email at trainingteam@talentlms.com. We are here to help, so feel free to reach out. And these webinars need your feedback. We want to know how we can improve. We want to know what are your suggestions. So we will share in the chat a link. That link is for a survey that we would be very grateful if you would complete. Thank you so much for being part of this session. And Mary, thank you so much for hosting with me.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.